Our last lesson in chapter 10 is about equation of a circle. So you can tell from our little circle over here, we have an R, which you all know is radius, and then we have a center point, which is marked as HK. We're going to use that instead of X and Y because our equation has an X and Y in it, and that would be just too confusing with two X's and two Y's. So our equation is always this. X minus h squared, and you don't actually square the thing, you just write the squared, plus y minus k squared equals your radius squared. The only thing that you are actually going to evaluate is the radius squared in this equation, and your x and your y's will stay x and y. So let's do example 1. And here we don't have a graph, but we're given the center point in the radius. And remember, our center point is HK. So if you want to write it, that'll help you. So our formula is x minus h, in this case 3, squared, plus y minus k. Now since k is negative, negative makes a positive. And then it equals r squared, so 6 squared is 36. There's our equation. Let's try this circle that we've graphed. First, we need to know, what is the center? What point? Yes, it's 2, 4. And then we need to know how long is our radius. So if we count from the center to the edge, we'll see that it is 2 units long. So now we can use that to make our equation. X minus h, which is our 2, plus y minus k equals our radius squared. There's our equation. Now what happens though if we have a radius that maybe is not an even number, or something, not an even number, but something that's not a perfect square? Well, let's try one of those. Let's try example 2. Okay? First of all, we don't have the radius on letter A. We need to find the radius. So anytime a circle passes through a point, that is telling you that you need to find the distance between the center to that other point. So we need to do the distance formula. Hopefully you remember it. 1 plus 3 squared plus 2 plus 2 squared. When you simplify that, you get square root of 32. So that obviously is not a perfect square, so we need to just leave it. So x plus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared. Now when you square a square root, those are like opposites. So the square of square root of 32 is just 32. Just takes away that square root. Okay, now letter B. Yes, I know it looks like you could draw a radius here, but that's not always true, and this tells you what the radius is. It's the square root of 17. So first we need to know, what is the center? Where is that point? It's at the point 2, 2. So we can find our equation. X minus 2 squared plus y minus 2 squared, and then our radius is the square root of 17, so square the square root and you just get 17. Okay, last example. Let's try to graph this one. So we have the equation. So first of all, we need to know what is our center. Where's the center of this circle going to be? Remember, it's HK. So we've got the center is at 2, -3. I know it's negative because it's y plus 3. Okay, I also need to know where the radius, how long is it, or how big is my circle. So I'm going to take 4, and it's the square root, which is 2. So if I take my center, let's plot that first, right here. And then to draw a circle, I'm going to take my radius and go 2 units up, 2 units down, 2 units to the left, and 2 units to the right. So I kind of get almost a square. And then you just make it look like a circle, make it look rounder. Okay? And then draw in your radius. Alright, example 4. You are going to need graph paper for this. So I'm going to switch over here to the graph. And you need to plot your points. So let's plot D, which is 3, 6. E is -1, 0. And F is 3, -4. I want to find a town that is equidistant or equal in distance from these 3. So here's DF and here's DE. Okay, so right now I have a triangle. So the one thing I do notice is I can see the outside of a circle because these points lie on the circle. Okay, so if D to F is on a circle and it's a vertical line, this is the diameter. So how big is my diameter? It's 10 units. So how big is my radius? It's going to be 5. So let's find the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my center right there. Now it has to be equidistant. So I need to see this slope right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down 1. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 1. And we're going to kind of sketch this circle like that. Okay? So I'm asked, what is the town? This center point is the town. It's equidistant from all of my little substations. So the point, or the town, is the center, which is the point 4, 1. I can now write my equation now that I know the center and the radius. So my equation is x minus 4 squared plus y minus 1 squared. And my radius was 5, so square it, 25. Okay, I would definitely write down equation of a circle on your note card for the test.